Hey, what's up, brother?
Max, whose idea was it to jump on a skateboard outside of T-Mobile Arena? That was a classic scene there.
I had to let everybody know that who the best boxer in the UFC was, before the press conference, because all these guys is talking wild. So we just had to let them really know who the best boxer was and that was here. So it was good fun.
I like it. Thoughts on the trilogy here that's happening? Obviously a big main event. Is it a fight that needed to happen? Some people say it needed to happen. Some people say, hey, there were different paths for both these guys to go in right now. What do you think? Was it a fight you wanted to see happen, or did it surprise you?
For sure. It's a fun fight, and usually when Conor is on the bad side of something, he get what he wants, So all respect, all power to him. So super excited for it.
Yeah. We're all breaking down this thing. Obviously, you're familiar with both guys. What stands out to you in this matchup? Like, what are the aspects that we need to be looking at when we're trying to figure out who's going to win this thing?
At the end of the day, everybody talk about the leg kicks, and they think the leg kicks is the big thing. But, Dustin actually took down Conor, and I would say Conor's takedown defense was much better against Khabib than Dustin. So they talk about the first game plan or whatever. It wasn't even part of the game plan, the leg kicks. And the first game plan to me is the takedowns. And we get to see what happens, if Conor can stop that takedowns or if Dustin takes him down as easy as Dustin did, so we see what happens.
Yeah. Do you get excited for fights like this? I mean, obviously you're not involved, but these are your contemporaries. I mean, but do you go, I don't want to get excited, or do big fights like this hype you up?
It hypes him up, UFC like throwing curveballs, before I got injured, before I was out, I was actually one of the replacements for this fight, I was going to be here this week, weighing in and doing everything before our fight that's supposed to happen next week. So it's insane,
That's funny. I didn't know that. So had you been a replacement, is there one side of the matchup you would have most liked to fight?
I want to fight both of them. I want to fight both. Both of them is a fun fight. Both of them is a great fight. And I can't wait. At this level, the margin of mistake is very small, very small. You take one step too fast, you get caught with something. You take one step too slow, you get caught with something. So, even like with me and Dustin, everybody, the scoreboard or whatever, everybody think it was lopsided or whatever people say. But at the end of the day, Dustin in there, the man himself, was saying that he felt like the third round was getting away from him. The fight was slipping away from him after the third round with me. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Can you give us the update on your health, where you stand, when you look to come back, like how you doing?
Yeah, all you guys is good here. You guys know how it is. There's commission. We gotta take a physical. I couldn't pass the physical because of a sprain, and I'm in PT now. I'm feeling better than ever. Hopefully we can get back before the end of the year, and we see what happens. It's still the best boxer in the UFC, so I can't wait.
I was gonna say, we see what happens. Do you want to keep the matchup together? Are you looking for something new? What do you think the plan should be?
Like I said, I don't know what UFC want to do. They throw curveballs, just like you said. You didn't know that I was the last minute replacement for this fight. Anything can happen. It changes on a dime, so we take one step at a time. We take care of this injury, and we move on forward.
Nice. Last thing for me. Do you have a pick in this trilogy fight? Are you leaning one way or the other?
I just can't wait, It's just good to be a fan, especially in Vegas, especially with this crowd, with this magnitude. I can't wait to see two guys go out there, and we see who did the work.
Max, did you see the Korean Zombies comments that you don't have punching power?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we read about it, but you don't need punching power for anything. I mean, I just set a record with 700 plus fights, 700 plus punches. So punching power, I'll do without it. It's cool.
Is it a little bit out of character for him, right? We've never heard him talk trash before. So was it a bit surprising for you to hear that he was coming at you?
It is what it is, the team, the guys you surround yourself with is what's going to prevail, So some guys in his ear, they got to him, and he said what he said. At the end of the day, I focus on myself. I focus on whatever's going on, whatever UFC wants to do, and we'll go from there.
I know you said you don't mind whoever the UFC throws at you, but is there a date? How soon do you want to get back in there?
I don't know. I'm doing PT right now. They said they're not too sure. They told us one date, then they said, but that's if everything goes great, So we see what happens. It's just a waiting game.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Max right here. Who's the second best boxer in the UFC?
Second best boxer? I don't know. I'm probably like the top three, the first three. I put myself.
So who's number 4?
Then I'll go to 4. It's just going to keep on going down. So only one matter.
Fair. And then they announced a featherweight matchup between Edson Barboza and Giga Chikadze. I don't know. How do you see that fight going down? Giga's been calling for a high-level opponent now, and he finally gets in Edson.
We see what happens. We get to see, I heard about the Giga guy, whatever, his kick and stuff, but Edson Barboza is no slouch. This guy been with the best at 155. He's been in there with the best at 145, so it's an exciting matchup, and can't wait to see it plan out. Just glad that it's moving forward, you know.
Max over here. First off, congratulations on winning the parenting challenge on the weigh-in show.
Yes, that is man on the planet. You guys already know the vibes.
Do you think that DC OP'd his character on the video game?
Oh, bro, how you gonna play me in UFC 4 and you're gonna choose Max Holloway? That's not fair. You know, DC was like whatever, and I don't want to say pad my record because I like when people use me, but that guy in the game is pretty cheap, man. Whatever they're doing at UFC 4, that USADA needs to test his ass in the game because Max Holloway in the game is just on another level.
To talk about the featherweight division a little bit, one of the guys that's kind of been removed from the rankings, been out a while, Zabit. I mean, we're hearing different stuff all the time. He's been sick or he's been hurt. I mean, what do you think? Like, if they say, hey, he may not be back for a while because of his health, what are your thoughts on a contender like that being taken out of the competition?
It happens, man. You know, Dana White said it clearly. You know, you want to be it. You want to keep fighting. You want to keep doing this thing, and you want to stay in the media's eyes. You know, so at the end of the day, I hope everything is great with him, health-wise, and I hope he's not no injury. I hope he's not fighting with something with COVID. You know, so all prayers to him. But we see what happens. You know.
Thank you.
Max, right over here with you, right? Have you been watching The Ultimate Fighter this season?
I have not been watching The Ultimate Fighter, but I can tell you what I've been doing that you guys can come and chill with me. I've been gaming a bunch. Facebook.gg/Max Holloway Official. All the live stream. Don't be asking me about fighting in there because my mom's going to ban your ass, so just letting you know.
Which games you play?
I play Call of Duty. I'm not only the best boxer in UFC, I'm probably the best Call of Duty Warzone player too, so that's another thing to put on top of the resume.
And we mentioned Edson Barboza earlier. A guy like that with his style and resume, do those kind of fights interest you a lot, just from the fun perspective of them?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, for sure. You know, Barboza was one of the guys that before I was in the UFC, I watched him. You know, and he did the cool spinning stuff. He had that. I mean, the Terry Edom knockout is just one for the history books. You know, so it's just amazing. You know, it's amazing. Edson is a beast, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for him.
You ever thought about throwing those kicks?
All the time, but the way my flexibility is, put out, I gotta get a little bit more flexible. I gotta start doing more stretching or something, like yoga. I don't know.
All right, thanks, Max.
Max, right over here on your right. Your man DC's in the building, and even though he's still retired, do you still want to take that Daddest Man on the Planet title from him?
I just won the Daddest Man on title. It's on ABC on the morning show. You guys can watch it. We got it filmed. We got a documentary. We had a 5 challenge or 4 challenge. I forget what it was. I think it was 5, and I just beat him. So Daddest Man on the Planet. I'm gonna leave him alone. I want to leave him retired. I want to start harassing him because I don't know what demons he's fighting with the inside. So I gotta go focus on guys who's actually active.
All right, fair enough. And we saw you yelling at the commentary in your last fight, saying that you were the best boxer in the UFC. What went through your mind at that moment to prompt you to do that?
I heard DC. I heard DC talking there. We didn't have too much fans. We had fans, but I heard DC talking to Dan Hardy. And they was saying something about count it up and blah, 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 or talking about boxing. So I was like, you know what, count it up. And then I slipped a bunch. I was just in my zone, and then had to let him know, Calvin was saying he was the best boxer in the UFC. We had to remind him, so.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah, I was curious, favorite Call of Duty, first of all, Black Ops, Modern Warfare.
I like Call of Duty 4, the original one, but I really love in this Warzone. The BR scene is so much fun.
Also, NBA Finals, who you got coming in with the championship?
Got to roll with my man CP3. I hope he gets one. Devin Booker, Suns in 4, I guess. I met the guy, so I got to roll with the Suns in 4 guy.
Suns in 5.
Suns in 5, whatever it is. Suns, period, please.
Just last one, you're talking a lot about boxing. What are some of your thoughts on the MMA boxing crossover fights that have been happening, like, Paul and Woodley, things like that?
I mean, my thoughts is, we need to talk to Dana White. Let's get a real boxer. Let's get the best boxer of the UFC doing some boxing match and not this damn wrestler. So that's just how I feel. I feel like if you want to go and show MMA guy, at least get a striking MMA guy to go on over there to do it, So at the end of the day, we see what happens, I know Tyrone, he actually, as close as to a striker that they're going to get over there, They're not going to let one of us strikers go do our thing over there because we're just going to show out and show up. So that's what I think. Thank you, guys.